In 1968, it was the Summer Olympics, Mexico City. October 20th was the marathon race. The race started at 7 p.m. And in this race, 74 people had started the race. Now, could we agree that the marathon is a challenging event? Yeah, 42 kilometers. It's pretty challenging. 74 people started the race, but only 57 finished it. John was one of them, and so I'm speaking of him tonight. John was one of the 57. But I wish I could tell you that John came first. He didn't. In fact, he came last. But there's more. John did not only come last, he was so late. He was over an hour and a half late. He was over an hour and a half later than the last person to cross the finish line. He was so late that the organizers had thought, okay, this is it. Let's start giving out the medals. Let's start giving out the gold, silver, and bronze medals. He was so late that the spectators were actually leaving the stadium. Then they hear of a guy who's hobbling, heading towards the stadium. He's hobbling down. And they go, wait, hold on a second. There's another person. There's another person coming through. And so there's John. He's hobbling through, gets into the stadium. No matter how slow, he finishes through. Now what had happened to John was throughout the race, he had taken a fall. He had injured his knee. In fact, he had broken his knee. Bloody. Band-aid. Now, is it fair to say this is pretty challenging? You need the knee to do the marathon, yeah? Could he have had the excuse of going, hey, I've got a broken knee, I can really stop. Yeah? Is that fair enough to say? It's a pretty challenging situation. But what? No, he kept him going on. He kept him going on until he finished and crossed the finish line. Wow. Put your hands together for John Stephen Aquari. A few years ago, if you were with me, sitting in our two-story home looking out, this is Auckland, New Zealand. Young guy called Kevin, frustrated with life, knowing that he wants to live the life of his dreams. Not there yet, but knows without a doubt he will get there. If you were with me that day, I wrote 2 sentences on a big piece of paper. And I'll share with you those 2 sentences. There was 2 sentences I wrote, and I'll share it with you just so you have it in mind. I will always win. Not because I'm better than anyone, not because I'm smarter than anyone, not because I've got more resources than anyone, not for any of those reasons. I will always win because of the second sentence I put on this piece of paper. I will always win because I will never quit. One of the highest paid black actors in our time once said this in an interview, in a TV interview. He said that if you put anyone on a treadmill against me, I will always win. Not because I'm the best athlete, I will always win. I will always win because I'm so committed to not losing. I'm so committed to not giving up. You know, Will Smith. In 1941, an influential leader